All right, welcome back, everyone. I've just been reminded that we need to award some points over here on the board.
Yes.
There's Forward Gaming.
1.
Game number 1.
And then 1.
I'm not sweating, though. I'm still in the lead for points. I think? No? Yes?
Actually, I have yeah, we're tied.
Yeah, we're tied. All right, so this next one better count. But
Okay.
yeah, we do have game number 2 of EG versus Forward Gaming. Forward Gaming, of course, taking game number 1 here off of EG. So what did we think about, like, what went wrong for them? Because for a while it was feeling fairly even, you know, then it started to slip away from EG.
EG taking a couple of, like, ill-advised fights, I would say. There was the incident in the Radiant jungle where I thought that they probably shouldn't have fought at all. There was Sumail chasing after this, what was it? I think it was a Darkseer kill or something after they took resolution and getting gazed up on the high ground. That was pretty awkward as well. And I think in general, when EG took the fights that they really wanted to take, they looked very good. They really knew what they were doing. But there were these couple of moments where I think, you know, they got a little impulsive. And they clearly cannot afford to do that.
Okay. What do you think, Breaky? Where do you think things went either very wrong for EG or very right for Forward in some cases?
Yeah, I do think that was a lot of it. Forward played very well. The draft came together nicely. And again, the team fight was it just seemed almost impossible at a point for EG to overcome it. Again, we were kind of talking off stream there at the end of it about the Sand King pick specifically with the S4 playing it in. He played it very well, but Sand King as a hero right now, his impact in later on in the game does feel a bit weaker than other off-lane position heroes that you'd usually see. I think they picked up Sand King specifically to win, or not even win, but do very well in the lane, you know, with a hero like Doom already being banned against the Darkseer in that case. So, and he did, but again, his impact, unfortunately, just wasn't able to be the strongest. So we'll see how the draft changes up here in game 2.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see EG possibly come back into this. We'll get a full 3-game series because that's always, you know, the most hype. But it might just be that Forward is able to clinch it out in just 2 games. So
that's very possible. Yeah, no, this is, again, EG is, I don't want to say, you know, obviously they're coming off a 3rd place finish at the major.
Right.
Yet again, it happens to be a spot that they're very comfortable with, but there is the meme about it. But it's still 3rd place at a major. I mean, that's a very big deal. This is definitely one of the best teams in the world, especially in NA, of course. But they are coming off a lost series to Flying Penguins, again, just yesterday. And these NA qualifiers, who knows what can happen. That's why I like to watch them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's always fun to go into different regions, see what the different picks are. And then also just see, like, this, we were talking about, you know, the way that's been reworked now that we actually, when we're doing qualifiers, we get to cast teams like EG, OG, Liquid, Secret.
I love it. Thank God for the format this year, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's great.
It gives us more Dota, more chances to see these top-tier teams play and see them kind of figure out, again, we have a new patch. We have a new patch, and I think a lot of teams are still figuring out, you know, do we stick with comfort picks and, you know, wait for the other people to figure out the patch? You and I had a whole conversation about that in the cab. Or do you start experimenting? Do you take that leap? Do you find the next big thing?
Secret's not afraid to experiment.
No, they're definitely not. I love it. I love it. It's much more interesting Dota, I think, when you see some eclectic drafts.
But you gotta have the confidence to do that, right? And I think here, you know, you're saying this is a team that's coming off a 3rd place finish, but at the same time, that also means not just might it give you a little bit of overconfidence in terms of what you're up against, like, all right, this is just, you know, the local crowd. But you know what? The local crowd knows you the best. They're not going to be intimidated. They're not going to have this problem where, you know, oh, we're up against EG and we don't quite know their flavor because we haven't played them for that long, you know? So I think that you shouldn't underestimate how much damage a region matchup can do to you, even as a top team. And I'm speaking from experience here as someone who was first coaching TNC when they got the only other SEA team at the, I believe that was the Bucharest major.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not exactly sure anymore, but things like that happen, and you can be top 3 in the world if you got a local team that's not afraid of you. And they know what you're doing, then you can just get kicked down right here. I think the greatest example of that is more so just the scene that I see that the most is China. There's just so much good competition in China, but specifically within China region competing against one another, you'll see a bit of upsets. You know, you'll see, with these regional or the qualifiers that we just had, we had, of course, a couple of teams not moving on, Vici Gaming being the big one, but when they're playing against these teams constantly, they know them best. And maybe it isn't the most surprising.
All right,
so the Sven first.
Yeah, we've got
that one was not the greatest shove. You're going to have to fish that lich out of the river a bit.
Almost made it. There we go.
So we get the Sven pickup for Forward Gaming. We've got a Lich and a Tiny pickup coming out from the side of Evil Geniuses, which I do like. The Tiny especially has been a very value hero for a lot of these teams, being able to, do these initiations, being able to do the toss backs. Especially, we noticed that over on Forward Gaming during the laning phase. You just got a little bit too close to that tower. He's going to immediately punish your positioning and change it up on you.
Yes, so I guess it's Grit's time now to show that off and Forward move on with the Phoenix. I've seen them draft this a lot in combination with, for example, Juggernaut. So with Jugger, of course, also being like a bit of a block pick there, but it's out right now, so they're going to have to find another carry to combine with that. And I'll, let's see. Why
I have this
why do I have the
backwards.
Lich
Yeah,
back?
we have this backwards. This is on the. They're on the Radiant.
I gave you this
You're all
Lich.
fired.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
reason.
so we're over
Listen,
here.
listen here. I hear he's good at the
Okay,
pinch.
okay.
And here, Dire
Sven.
Phoenix, safe lane for now.
And Sven's over
Sven.
here. No, Sven's over here. And there's a perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
Tiny.
Kip's got this. I'm just gonna sit down.
Sure. I'm
So-
always happy to move around.
We get that Phoenix pickup. They're going to need someone who's going to be able to hit this egg. Right? And we
Yeah.
talked about, the Jug being a good option, but Jug apparently is already taken out, so that's
10
not going to be
seconds
something that they
remaining.
can grab. What would you prefer to see here, Gibbs?
5 seconds remaining.
Terrorblade's very good at it. I like morphling it to Phoenix as well, just because you can decide if you're going to fight it or if you're just going to straight up
Dire team back.
move on out. Luna gets taken down by EG.
Troll's another
Troll
usual
is-
option.
Yeah, extremely good at it as well. Those sorts of heroes. And of course, you can also, and I keep coming back to this, and you don't like the hero, but Silencer is extremely good against Phoenix.
I hate that hero. I hate him so much.
I know you do. I know you do.
10 seconds.
But sometimes, you got to get over your personal feelings for a hero in order to acknowledge that, it would be really very good
Oh, I
here.
can acknowledge that it's good. I still hate the hero.
Yeah,
You know how much pain it caused me yesterday to be like, oh yeah, this Warlock's actually going to do pretty good here.
Oh, yes, I was also on the train of this Warlock is questionable.
Yeah,
No, it was clearly good.
it
It's
works.
just I don't like the hero, but
Yeah.
clearly good. So Silencer as well there. Plus great lane harass coming out of that. Of course, Silencer is not a support hero with disables at all. It's not someone who's going to be able to clear your waves at all. So, and besides EG, I don't think they could still run a tiny core, obviously. I think they've done that on pretty much all of their core players except for Arteezy. But right now we're seeing it in the support role the most.
Yeah, I think I prefer to still see it as a 4, just because of the potential that he can use, especially during the laning phase and later on, just becoming larger, becoming a really big threat. Again, we saw Moose do quite the jab over in South America with the Tiny, because not only was he a threat like during the lane, but the second that he was off the map, the rest of the team was like, we don't know where
10
he is. He's been a
seconds
big problem for
remaining.
us. He's accelerated. We have to make sure that we play, a bit more cautious.
5
So
seconds
I would like to
remaining.
see it stay as a position for the time being. Obviously, I'm not a pro player. I'm not your mom. If you want to play that Tiny as a, position 2 or whatever, go for it.
They banned Brewmaster. I'm almost now. This is a bit of a stretch, but they do have a Sven. We have seen a core Sven. Somebody was running it earlier today. I brought that up. It was NIP. It was NIP on their way to qualifying. Ace was playing it, and they had an. Did they have an Omni Knight with that? They had a Luna. They had a support Luna with that. But the idea of the Omni Knight also comes to mind. And again, when you look at a Brewmaster ban, as I'm even not being able to purge the Heavenly Grace, still with the Guardian's Angel and being able to take him out of the 5 for 6 seconds in it as well as something to think about at least. So, got a friend?
I was like, where's my other friend?
Evil geniuses.
I had one
turn
friend. I
to
need
pick.
the other one.
EG bans the Phantom Lancer, so are they looking for a Terrorblade pick here then? That would be weird to ban the Luna though.
What was that?
It's meme league, okay? Leave me alone. I'm having fun. We're watching
it's-
Dota. I'm with my friends. I got pigs. This is everything I've ever
10
wanted.
seconds.
this is good, yes.
Dire team pick.
Arc Warden.
Arc Warden. All right. All right.
Also very good at hitting the egg.
It's an Arteezy specialty, too.
Yes.
He's a very comfortable Arc Warden player. Good hitting the 8. So you think that's why they really picked this? Because to me, whenever I see an Arc Warden, I feel like it's usually in more of a reaction to, like, again, that Terrorblade matchup, or it's like a 4th or 5th pick, especially, of, okay, Arc Warden's going to be really good this game. But you're picking Arc Warden 3rd with only 2 on the other side, and that's where I'm a little skeptical, I guess.
Are you that concerned? Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't want to be super obsessed with the egg. Obviously, like you've got to have a bigger plan, a bigger picture here.
Yeah, of course. But you also want to have a solid matchup, and I think the bans show that they did really want to go for that Arc Warden. Because I was thinking, the PL, but Terrorblade's not really. You won't ban Luna into that. This makes a lot more sense. So no faster acceleration from the Luna and no PL, which crosses the distance into that bubble really well. And Nature's Prophet, I think partially a reaction to deal with the immense amount of side lane pressure that's going to come out from this Arc Warden, as well as being a very good pick overall in that it doesn't give a lot away still. You can run it in pretty much any role as well.
We do not know. I do not know where it's going to be, because part of me, maybe I'm just sticking on it too much, but I do think a Course Fen is possible here. Good in getting on top of that bubble of Arc Warden. Not concerned about it more so than, say a ranged core would be, especially. But getting kited by the Lich, though, can definitely be an issue. Are you looking at me to pick something up? Yes, Tidehunter.
I mean, it's
your favorite.
It's the Watermelon Man.
Yes.
Tidehunter. I mean, that's, the cool thing about Nature's Prophet. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of it actually being played. What is it? Complexity has been running this, right? Monkeys is the position 5. And, like, that's a hero that he usually plays in the off lane, but he's been doing a bang-up job, if I recall correctly, by just moving it around, using it as position 5. I think he had more farm than, like, some of his cores at one point.
Oh, yeah, but by the late game, I mean, this hero, you have him position 5 or position 1, he will be up there with the best of them when it comes to his farm.
The Tidehunter, though, too. We've also seen Nisha, right? Playing this hero and absolutely wrecking face with
Core
it.
Tide.
Speaking of heroes threatening in the late game.
That kind of gives Tide another depth, too, as far as being a hero pick in terms of you could see him mid. I mean, you don't know if that's going to be a mid Tidehunter or an off lane. Like, you'd assume much more of an off lane, but mid is...
Yes, especially if you can get a favorable 1v1, but I presume that forward's going to pick something up that's going to make that very hard. There we go.
There it is.
You do not fight the bear with the watermelon. He's gonna.
Oh no, Ursa's gonna be over here actually.
No, I saw something here that looked like an Ursa. I went for it, but that's Ogre Magi. No Ogre. You can.
Yes, we may need to get you some glasses
Ogre.
if you think Ogre Magi looks like Ursa.
Look at it from here. Look at it from here. Do you see that?
No.
You see those like the?
I see
It's
it.
got the teeth. Yeah,
And
I
he's
can
got the
see,
same
the
posture?
teeth.
5 seconds.
We'll say yes because we love you.
I'm disappointed in you, Moxie. You could have backed me
It's
up.
fine. Everyone's disappointed in me.
He just
Gives I'm
dropped
used
me.
to it.
So the hopes and dreams of being a Course fan is definitely not a thing anymore.
Keep just moving on. I love it. Love it.
Ursa is on that logic, though. Ursa is, again, he doesn't care about the bubble of Arc Warden. And I think that's what they're really going to aim for. That's why I go back to this earlier Arc Warden pick. You have one of the better Arc Warden players in the world, no doubt, but it allows forward gaming to think it out now and get a hero, both in the Nature's Prophet, as you're stressing and reacting to the split push. Now Ursa getting on top of the Arc Warden, eventually get the Basher and especially the Abyssal Blade. Good luck getting away from him. So how do we finish things off now? Timbersaw ban from EG. So it's going to be EG having the last pick overall. Forward first.
5 seconds.
And we're going to have to either see dual lanes or some sort of musical lanes coming out from EG, because you bet that Tidehunter is going to be followed around by the bear.
He's trapped. Save you, piggy. There we go. I got him.
The savior of pigs.
There you go. New nickname. New nickname. Look, he's so excited. He's so happy. He's like, thank you for saving me.
How can you focus on anything else? EG versus forward gaming.
I'm trying to think.
No, we got pigs.
Like I got giggling there. I got giggling in my in-ear.
All right. There's the OD pick up here. So, Sven.
For forward.
Yeah, and the Pugna ban as well.
He
So
doesn't
that is
gonna be our
belong
OD.
there.
all right. Fine, I'll get up.
I kind of want to make him piggybacking
Marching
on
down
Red
the
John,
middle lane.
honestly.
It's not too great.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's the, yeah, didn't you guys hear? That's the new Lunar New Year mode, you know?
5
We used to
seconds
have the new
remaining.
bloom with the monster. Instead, it's just going to be a giant pig walking down mid.
Oh, I thought it was a new
Floating
hero.
down.
Why not? Why not? A pig hero.
All right, so
Okay,
OD,
we're gonna stop
we've seen Dazzle counter picks in the past. We have seen the Klinks counter pick. Didn't work great for EG last game. What do we have again? We also have the Razor left still. I doubt you want to go with the Razor Arc Warden lineup, so this is a pretty tough one for EG.
Yeah, they might have drafted themselves a little bit into a corner here.
Pugna unavailable.
I mean, they could still go with something like, I mean, depending on where they're running the Arc Warden, they could go with something like a Troll, right? Can try to throw that in there. That's still available,
there's the
I believe.
Puck. Okay.
Choose your
We'll go
hero.
with the Puck, okay.
Now, we've seen Pucks run away with this mid matchup. We've also seen a Puck completely fall behind after getting ganked once and not coming back into the lane at all.
Not Arteezy Puck, though.
Is it going to be
I think
Arteezy?
it's Sumail.
Or not Arteezy,
Would
I'm
be
sorry,
Sumail.
Sumail Puck.
Remember the days of S4 Puck? Those are the glory days.
Yeah, no, he occasionally still plays it every once in a while, but definitely would be the Sumail Puck here, you'd assume.
And if this guy orbs aggressively, there could be a Nature's Prophet on his face literally anytime. Depending on where the hair is going to go. They could still be running, like... It could be support Sven, could be support Nature's Prophet.
I think
That's
you want to
still
run
up in
a
the air as
core
well.
Natures here because of the impact it's going to have against Arc Warden, and now especially with the Puck, getting an Orchid is going to be important to stop that Puck, so...
All right, so who are we liking? What are we liking? Are we forward gamers or are we EGers?
I greatly enjoy this this Ursa pickup. I think it's very good. The Tidehunter is going to have a very rough time finding a lane where he belongs, and EJ is going to have to spend so much time protecting this Arc Warden. I'm going with forward here.
Okay, I think I really like. I'm excited to see the Ursa pickup. Actually, I want to see how this works out. Just because he did get a bunch of buffs, so I'm going to go with forward this time. And what about you, Mr. CPK, savior of pigs?
Thank you. I'm going to go forward. I do like the Ursa. I think the Arc Warden was a little too early. It gave Forward Gaming plenty of time to respond, and they did, and it's not going to be the easiest game for Arteezy.
All right, and production doesn't get to make it.
Darn.
No points.
I'm pretty sure I know what they would want. They went forward?
All four
All
for forward? What?
Wow. Wow, that's the first time, I think.
No, we
Except for the
Disrespect
Navi
to
game.
EG.
exactly. We clean swept on the Navi taking it once.
That is true. That is true. So yeah, again, it's going to be the Sumail Puck. We're going to have S4 on that Tidehunter there. And then SVG actually on the Sven.
Okay, yeah.
So
So we do get a core Rezo Ursa Bear here.
He wants to hug people.
That's all he wants. Why won't they let him hug him? For the Cubs.
Yeah, he got that move speed buff just like all these other melee heroes, of course. And I personally haven't seen a lot of Ursa just yet. Outside of, there's that one game with the Into the Weaver.
I haven't seen him core. I've seen like some Ursa support.
Yeah, even the support talk has happened. Oh, that's right. It was the Alliance gamer. Oh, God. Now I just got depressed again.
Oh dear.
Anyways.
It's okay. It's all right, Break. It's going to be okay. So Universe going to be in the offlane then on the Nature's Prophet. And again,
The battle
and I imagine that he's
begins.
going to be blocking the wave here.
I had such a brain fart there because I'm so used to, like, I remembered the days of Universe on EG. And I was like, oh, yeah, so again, if the Puck orbs, I was like, wait a minute, no, they're on the same team. And I was like, no, they're not.
Yeah, he...
Bible thump.
I remember when that happened, when he was announced being removed from the team, and that was a
shock.
That was a bit
That's a big
shocking. That's
shock.
when Sumail went off lane, because that totally made sense. Yeah, that was weird.
I thought it did though. I
I
really
did.
like and especially Sumail coming out of being an offlaner has been, I feel, much more of an active player again. And they have been able to switch Arteezy back to, more true carry heroes than before, where, it was always the Sumail show. So
So you think it was like a check in terms of Sumail, and so you ultimately think it was for the better?
yeah, I
that he
think it
actually
was
got that
good for his
experience.
development as a player, yes.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed his Beastmaster just completely taking over games because Beastmaster.
Did have a couple of those.
All right, so brother versus brother, mid lane. We've seen Pucks do exceptionally well here, but again, we've also seen, you are in a matchup where, you thought that Smash should be dominating. Bottom lane, though, Rezo having to limp himself out. It's a lot of damage. They actually throw down that Spark Wraith. It's going to land over on MSS. Not quite the intended target here, but I'm sure they're happy with the fact that they forced out his regen so early on the side of Rezo.
Yeah, Phoenix right there, really just making sure that it didn't go to Ursa, if anything.
Yeah, being a bro.
Yeah, taking it for himself, but that's okay. We got Travis's try. This is clearly going to be a heavy action lane.
This is always the heaviest of action lanes. Trying to think who's got the better. I feel like still like the team with the Tiny, just because you can just change around any sort of bad placement. Again, they have a Phoenix, but Icarus Dive has such a high cooldown. So you're not going to be going for him anyways, right? And
Spark Wraiths are very good. I mean, in terms of this lane, we see him spamming it quite often. Both his bubble as well as Flux, for that matter, not going to be very useful, though, in the lane. So the Spark Wraiths doing some good damage, but that's going to be the only ability that Arquardo will bring to the table when it comes to assisting for potential kills.
I think this is insanely good news for EG, by the way, because they don't have the Ursa up against the Tidehunter now. Tide gets to actually farm against the Nature's Prophet. Look at how many lost hit step man has.
It's true.
He's going to get to farm up these treants as well. This is as far as these 1v1 offlaner matchups go.
Is that, I guess, there's not much Universe can do about that? Because, yeah, he has to be feeding him treants at this rate, right? So that seems odd to me that he's able to get so many. Jeez.
I mean, it's rough as a Nature's Prophet. You're not used to not being able to use your treants that much at all, but the Tidehunter is just going to smack him down. Look at the harassment coming out for crit as well.
This is not... I think you still switch this up. What do you think, Kips? Like, because he's not getting any farm down here. This Ursa's 6-1. Oh, the toss back. Not quite close enough to everyone else here, but we'll be able to go. Land a Stormhammer. The Spark Wraith being thrown up. Rezo looking for a couple more of these swipes here. Is a very speedy bear, but does get slowed down a little bit by that Flux. The rest of his team, they're all sitting just so low.
I think the biggest thing with this is EG's side was a lot better at level 1. Their level 1 abilities do so much more than the level 1s of Forward Gaming. Specifically that Ursa, you know, he wants to hit the passive. Now he has Overpower at least to help. I thought he might have just gone Shockwave, to be honest, because of how active this lane is, but Earthshock, but he decides not to. But yeah, going back to the point, I think it's a lot more of that. As the levels start adding up, 2, 3, I would think that the Dire team could compete a bit more and maybe start changing, so that's why they're committing to it, I suppose.
As far as just munching up all these little trees. This is probably Tidehunter's dream. I mean, right? Tidehunter's always that's his lines, right? He's so hungry he could eat a legion of Nature's Prophets trees, and luckily they're being Uber eated to him. So easy.
You know a lot of these lines.
What do you mean?
Like a lot of the lines that the heroes say.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Quote those quite a bit.
I love them. I don't get to listen to them quite as much anymore because you know, I usually keep them turned off because I'm casting. But like back when I was playing Dota, like I actually practiced like watermelon.
Yep.
Yeah, in comes Rezo. He's gonna try to get some of these stacks up here. The Tidehunter though, the trees will come out.
Literally no damage.
Literally.
That's crazy.
He's a level 5 Tidehunter.
From that Anchor Smash is just ridiculous.
He's a level 5
9 Fury swipes. There's nobody else that would survive that. And it didn't even seem to bother him.
Bottom lane, Sven's in for some trouble here. We'll try to turn around. There's a lot of damage being put out by this Arc Warden. And finally, we're going to get the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, they knew Ursa was missing, so talk about capitalizing on that. EG using information to their finest. And yeah, they are much cleaner here in game 2 so far as I guess, you know, I take that back. I don't think it was they weren't clean, but yeah, all 4 bounty rings are going to go their way too. But this start just in general is just going very good for them.
So this should be a very dead fly here. Just throughout the Frost Blast, doesn't have any mana left. And the burn coming out from the Phoenix Spirits should be able to take him down. That's going to be a kill for MSS.
Meanwhile, though, Sumail has been doing what we, well, kind of expect out of this Puck versus OD matchup, which is completely bullying the OD. There is now the Sven rotation as well, though. Is this going to have the same effect? Oh, he held.
Got the phase shift back up. Yeah, the cooldown on that. I was wondering if it's going to be off cooldown in time, and it was.
Word on word action over here, though.
Nearly went down still, though, with the damage coming in from the Nature's Prophet ultimate. Very well timed there, but sadly just not quite enough from Universe.
I mean, this is a player that just he knows Puck so well, right? He knows a lot of these heroes. Like, he's going to be able to test the limits, stretch them out just a little bit, get everything timed properly. So I'm sure he expected that they would have some sort of a gank on him. But Crit over here, making this rotation over to Reza. Will be able to go land that avalanche, toss right back again. And the rotation coming out from Arteezy. Oh, I don't think he expected that. It's a kill for S4. And that's a kill for MSS.
That anchor smash is hurting him.
Yes. He was under-leveled there. Like, I think if you get an Ursa a good start versus Tidehunter, that is not fun for the Tidehunter. But the other way around goes the same as well. Tidehunter is very good against these melee heroes, and he was already a level up back when Reza came into the lane.
I think they should have set it up where he was originally against the Tidehunter. I think that would have made a big difference because the level difference too, right? When he goes up there, so the Tidehunter was like level 5 at the time when he first made the rotation. And I think because they also ran that tri-lane bottom and he wasn't getting much, he was a bit behind.
And he's going to have to do a lot of catching up still. The Ursa is only level 4, and at least Universe is doing some real heavy lifting here right now.
That's what I was going to say. The one benefit that Forward got out of this, and maybe why they did commit to doing it, is that Universe is level 6. He got a very early level 6. They're going to expect him to be active and pushing towers. And that's exactly what they're doing here in the mid lane. You know, can Samil and Fly really stop this with just them two? I don't think so. Tide is running over, though, so that's a different story.
I think that's the nice thing, too, about having a Tidehunter is it does put that early game pressure, right? If you try to go for any sort of a tower, you have to be very careful about your placement because you don't want to get ravaged. And then on the flip side of things, if they decided that, you know, they wanted to get a little frisky, start going for those towers early, they have to be very aware that, you know, Tidehunter will be lurking somewhere and can potentially, you know, change it all around if they just commit too hard on being the initiators, so.
I'm wondering what, well, Universe's next step is going to be now, because he is going to be the one who directs the game for Forward for now.
They know he's
hiding in the trees.
They pinged it out, didn't they?
Well, they saw him somewhere in the area, I think, but yeah, good hiding.
Just cheekily gonna throw that out.
He's gonna say, "Out tag, I'm over here," and they're gonna try to follow him, but wasting time. Courier.
Oh no!
Not enough damage. Well, they know he's still there.
Portal, no! Alright,
alright.
Yeah, SVG, I don't think you're getting that. They're careful.
Yeah, S4, defender of Tortle over there. Top lane, though. Do get TP coming out here because they don't want to have to deal with all of these tree babies. Bottom lane, though, again. Still have the Sven hanging out. Just going to be annoying. Have them chase him a little bit.
Ursa came in, I believe, or no, he's just farming right there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have to. He's like, hey, SVG, what you doing?
On your own.
Please don't bring this evil over here. I need to hit these creeps. Thanks.
Dang it, you did it anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
How is he going to feed his cubs now? Dreamcoil actually does get used in the top lane, though. MSS going to get taken down. What level is that Puck? Right? Or not Puck, sorry. What level is the Phoenix? Sitting at 5. Okay, just a little over.
At least has the phase boots finished on Ursa. Yeah, he's got Yawar there with the tranquil boots picked up, and that's something. Hold that thought, because Crit is going to be surrounded by the Sprout. You have Sven running in as well. Stormhammer lined up. Even Phoenix showing up, throwing out some fire spirits, and Universe Wrath of Nature gets that kill. It's a good rotation there. But yeah, to the Tranquil on OD. We were seeing a lot of Tranquil OD builds just after 7.20, and it went away a little bit, I feel like, but Yawar still likes it, gives that move speed, and they caught us 4.
It's a pretty difficult hero to take down, though.
Yeah, almost with the Eclipse, but not enough.
It was a tanky watermelon. You can't pop that so easily.
Easy? Has his eyes over here on SVG. We'll pop the war crying. Comes Smail. We'll use the Dream Coil. Waning Rift coming through. Need to be careful because the OD's coming in. We'll be able to go hold him in place, save him. Breath of Nature doing a big chunk of damage. Oh, look at this Universe. He's bounced Smail. It's not going to be able to quite grab him fast enough, though.
Not often you see both cores like that on the other side kind of just ganking together several times now. At least they both get out, though. Well, there's the Midas.
Their mid lane is currently occupied. So, yeah, they're going to have to be doing some of that space making. And now And EG is moving towards top lane, even with the Tidehunter as well.
All smoked up. S4 taking a little bit of a detour here, alternate route. Maybe trying to do some pincering. Just gotta be careful. There is MSS nearby, all right? They're gonna go ahead and initiate over here. There's gonna be the TP coming in out from Universe. And it looks like Sven not very long for life here. There's gonna be the egg. They're just gonna focus it back here on the other end. Just one more hit. We'll be able to take him down. There's the Ravage that we talked about this. So D is gonna get held into place. Flyas gets himself a triple kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, great patience right there. That wraparound from S4 is beautiful, and also spotting the shrine in case somebody was TPing in to get that information. But as we saw, not the case. Ursa just wants to pick up farm elsewhere, but now Ursa, he's going to be run down. The Dream Coat wasn't even used that last fight. They used it to get resolution instead, and Rage's not going to save him either. And down he goes. This start just gets better and better for Evil Geniuses right now. But I do glance over the net worth, and Universe on that Nature's Prophet is topping the charts right now. Like I said, an Orchid on him, and in fact, he is prioritizing that. Or I guess he went to Vlad's first even. But yeah, Orchid's going to be high value this game. She's going to go Midas first on Warden, by the way, over the possible Necro build.
Well, he had a good start over here. I don't think he's in a hurry to do anything anytime soon. And I'm trying to think, like, where do you go if you're forward right now? They were actually equal in net worth up until that fight from EG, but EG is just going to use every single spike that they have so well. And when this team fight comes for you, I'm not sure if there's much forward can do against it. Noir, he's got the imprisonment.
They need to be careful though, there's a lot of other people here. They're fighting around a shrine. It's never really a great idea here. They'll go, they'll try the hammer. It's not going to be enough to take down S4. S4 is going to be able to go and run himself away. Eventually gets taken down though. And now Universe trying to run himself away from the stuff is double. Smail getting thrown into everyone here. We'll get the Waning Rift off. He's going to try to go and jaunt himself away. Again, Rezo, he's looking for anyone they can throw some of these lovely swipes at, but they've all just pretty much vacated. And Fly being a bit cheeky, deciding that that's his ward and it's worth it. Will pay for it dearly with his life, although a couple bounces here, doing a decent amount of damage, but not quite enough this time around.
And with the help of this Vlad, at the very least they can push into the mid lane here. Now, heroes on EG are not dead for long enough. I think the fact that Fly died there after S4 means that forward can't just walk into Roche to try and get this Ursa back into the game, sadly enough.
Jeez.
The taunt.
Dire's middle tower.
The taunt. Where's the S4 taunt though? Where's that taunting Tidehunter? That's the question here.
Now it's the Radiant's turn to push with that Vlad's resolution. He'll be fine, but annoyed by the Arc Ward and Tempest double. Bots on Sumail. So going the bots, the very heavy mobility build.
They really want nothing to do with this split pushing Nature's Prophet.
We do have egg up again over here on MSS, so if they decide to go in for this, might be able to punish it.
It is interesting how both teams kind of really have an idea in mind to play it both against it, but also do it themselves, right? The Arc Ward and Puck, and now you have Nature's Prophet on the other side is...
Hey, Universe, what's good?
Couldn't stop him, so...
No.
I was just sort of looking at you. Got like at least hit him for form, right? Come on, it's like he's right there. Just punch him. Show your frustration.
Right, right. Just stood there, like.
I guess Universe is just too zen, you know.
Interesting. Universe going the Hood of Defiance, by the way. Not choosing to go the Orchid, instead going a Pipe. So I think that's really telling, actually, for forward that they just want to group and push. Like, they do not want to waste time this game.
Well, either group and push, or at least just be ready to confront EG during these spikes. Midas on the OD, so he's going to start growing back into this game now. He's got his farm amplification ready to go. And that's who he's buying time for. Because if you go a greedier build here on the Nature's Prophet, is Rezo dead?
It's feeling like it. Does have
No
yep.
rage.
Last second coming up from Arteezy. Does just pick up that Blink Dagger though.
Yep.
That's gonna be online for him. That's gonna be a big spike.
Oh.
Finding himself this Universe over here. The Tidehunter TPing in. It looks like Universe gonna get taken down. And there's the Ravage right over with a nice Phoenix Egg though. We'll be able to get the last hit onto the tower, and the rest of the team just gonna walk away now from forward. They don't want anything more to do with this. They're pleased with that, but unfortunately did end up losing the Nature's Prophet during all of that.
Yeah, he was pretty tanky still, not Nature's, for how deep he was, but he can't actually survive that, even with the amount of team items that he's built.
Gosh, that's Sven. Thought he could get away.
I think props to EG, though, on the other side of it, too, in that they were, whenever you're going against Nature's Prophet, to make sure you have some kind of vision in trees nearby like that, if you expect an engagement could be happening. You know, that's where a Nature's Prophet usually would be going into, are those kind of trees, and EG at least had a hero in there to spot it. And that's what caught Universe completely off guard and allowed for that early kill. But yeah, you do see the pipe is almost finished on him. Even despite that death, he still is managing to be top of the net worth, despite the Midas even on Arc Ward, and that's been now for 2 or 3 minutes, if not more. We're going to see the bots build on him next.
Well, Arteezy has the Mjolnir completed now. He's going to start to really accelerate.
I think it's just Maelstrom so far. I don't think he's got the other pieces just yet.
Oh yeah, the Maelstrom might.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he's really far.
No. Sometimes I see a hammer with lightning and I just think Thor.
No, I mean, that is a natural response, honestly. Well, there's a jump forward with the blink, trying to just put as much damage as they can onto Crit. It looks like they're going to be able to get him. Yeah, there we go. Sunray finishing up.
Yes, and what I was actually going to say is that with the build that the Nature's Prophet has gone, this means that he can't really split push into Arteezy. He's not going to hit the same amount of speed on, well, killing these creep waves as Arcturus. So his cores have to start getting online soon. He's finally lost the top spot in the farm, but the OD is coming up. Rezo is getting his items. Forward is still in fighting shape, even if they are going to be losing this this early power spike with their Nature's Prophet now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Frost Shield there, deterrent from going further. But OD, the 6 charge drums now online. I think this is the same build as the last game, actually. So Yawar has a good idea in mind of what he likes to do on OD, of course.
I mean, it worked last time for sure. So.
Yeah. Bit different of a game, though, especially when it came to the team fight prowess, whereas now this is more, they're relying on him perhaps to be a bit more of a damage dealer individually. So that's, I guess, the only argument I can make in terms of maybe you could see a change up, but nope, sticking to it. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, this is tier 2 dead.
More support from forward, trying to hold off the inevitable for as long as possible.
So when is the moment where they start feeling strong enough that they can try to take like a full-on fight on the side of forward, right? Because like we said, the Nature's Prophet was very, very strong, but now is starting to
wait for the right
side a little. Again, they just keep trying to jump over here onto Crit. There's going to be the Dream Coil getting used, and this Ursa's just being kited very, very badly. Going to try to find an opening. Immediately, S4 coming in. He's not actually... Oh, at the last second, they find that last hit with the Ravage. The toss back as well. Rezo trying to run himself out. They're not going to be able to get Universe out. He is just falling behind. Is going to be the sacrifice. And Boots of Travel now picked up for Arteezy, so this guy's coming online, and he's coming online fast.
Yeah, in hindsight, tossing into the puck all the way over there might not have been the best idea. It actually just gave him a very easy path to just simply run forward with the phase boots.
Yeah, Rezo was dead to rights there.
Yeah.
He had no business walking out like that.
He got out there. But good job by EG, of course, being in the area to get the response, and did require Ravage, as we saw. So they know that's on cooldown now.
Yes.
100+ seconds.
It was also used all the way over on their turf. Not much in the way of buildings going to go down in response. And Forward is still buying that space. What they're going to be looking for is a good turnaround fight, specifically one where, you know, the Ursa, the Nature's Prophet, the Sven can tank as many hits as possible while the OD ups his stacks. And then hopefully you drop the hammer and you just lay waste to the EG lineup. That's the ideal scenario there. That's what they're going to be aiming for. Maybe they'll get a nice egg on top as well. Maybe the Phoenix just dies. Most important part is that the OD lives and drops that R.
Right. Right, again, another initiation over here. Sven going to get thrown up into the air, right to the Tide Hunter, and they go, pulling him back and using that Sinister Glare. They're going to be able to get the kill onto SVG.
Support Sven, kind of tanks the gank. You can look at it too, the 5-man rotation. Essentially there from the Radiant team. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet pushing out bottom, working on a Shadow Blade, and that's going to be a really important item for him to have, because sneaking up onto the Arc Warden, or even the puck for the matter, I assume, again, the work could still come.
He's running the toss right back over to the puck. He's gonna just
No
TP
way.
himself out. No, they've got the Sinister Glare. I feel like that's a moment too where you're just like, all right, anyone but my brother get this kill, please. I don't want to have to listen to this later.
There's a very bad spot for him to die though. EG can immediately smoke up, move further forward. They are also really keeping control of this Roche area, by the way, because one of the avenues that Forward could have back into the game is to sneak in a Roche.
No, again, Sven just is a target for crit every single time. Gets another kill on him.
Yeah, and you mentioned Roshan. I mean, I suppose the Roshan taking isn't superb. I mean, with Arc Warden's damage, it'll be okay, but of course, if they kill enough heroes, and they do have that map area somewhat controlled right now, it's very possible.
I feel like it's so hard for them to pin down this puck.
Yes, but at the very least you see that the puck also does 0 damage to Universe with the pipe up right now. He was trying to cut down that wave, make sure that the Nature's Prophet couldn't push in that bot wave, but with the pipe up, no way the puck gets through it. So they are going to have that pressure on their bot lane right now. Rezo jumping in
Oh, he doesn't have the detection. He doesn't have the detection to take him down. In comes Nature's Prophet, though. We'll be able to go throw out that chain press, but it's not going to get any bounces. They'll finally find the kill over onto the Lich. Nice splitting here from Rezo to make sure that they don't get those bounces.
Talk about trusting your teammates right there. Solution. Definitely had faith that they were going to follow him up.
Fly was pinging Roshan just now. He wants to keep tabs on that. Rezo must not get an Aegis.
Yeah, that's the thing for EG is exactly it. Don't let Ursa sneak in there. No casual Morbid mask, but I suppose with the Basher. Oh.
Yeah, he's got the Dagon, he's got the clicks. And down goes the bear.
Too far.
He just got that Dagon. I saw him bottom lane, was building it, so.
It's a nice reveal. He must be feel pretty good about that.
Probably the prime use of it right there. That's why you got it to help burst down that Ursa before even the rage comes out or an astral imprisonment. BKB in the works.
At least that's going to make Yor be very sure to survive this big initiation of EG. I'm gonna repeat that a couple times more because that's he's their at least their survival condition right now. So as long as he lives, he builds his stacks. He's not gonna get murdered by the Arc Warden or something like that, because Arteezy is by now definitely building his advantage and building it fast.
Yeah. That's why I'm keeping tabs on this Nature's Prophet, because I really think he's going to just continue to be the X factor. You like the OD and what he can do in the fights and everything, and for me it's especially the Nature's Prophet and getting the Orchid follow-up here and being able to catch the Arc Warden or the puck, or, if anything, again, prevent the Arc Warden from massive split pushing against you. That's why they picked up the hero in the first place.
Puck coming in from the side.
Yeah, Smail's on the hunt here. Has the Dream Coil, but doesn't have the detection.
His teammates are coming in, though.
He's just going to TP out.
He's gone. No, he's just going to stay even.
But SVG in for some trouble. Again, taken down. And now MSS just throwing out the Sunray. Oh, that bait. Oh, Rezo might be in for some trouble here. They'll go ahead, they'll pop the Shrine, though. They've got the Rise on S4. S4 going to go ahead, get forced down. They've got the Egg up and running. They'll drop the Hammer, and they should be able to maybe finally find a kill over onto Arteezy. They'll find it, and now Rezo still on the run, though. Oh, the Lich, though, and the Sumail joining into the fight.
I think Universe got a bit greedy right there. He actually stuck around at the bottom lane, and they ended up finding him because he canceled that TP, and they killed him, and now Sumail makes his way to the top lane, and we see the end result. Finishes off Phoenix even. Going to killing spree for S4 in that case, but yeah, that was a little bit of greed from Universe. Banking on that they just were going to stop chasing after him, perhaps.
So, a good pickup on that Arteezy kill, but then not worth it in the end. I feel like Rezo, they might be dead there anyway because of the fast reaction coming in by EG, but he's also got to be frustrated, right? He's pretty much about to be overtaken by his own Phoenix, who built a Midas, and he's just been doing nothing but getting zapped down by this puck all game.
Again, when we saw the Ursa picked up, I was thinking that he'd probably be run as that support, and it is a bit rare to see him being run as a core right now. But a lot of teams are, you know, they're just trying out new stuff. They're experimenting.
Yes.
So,
and you know, once you get him running, literally there is no stopping that bear. But this was a very awkward game, and Ursa tri-lane,
yeah.
not quite the scenario you want to see in usually.
All right, well, Arteezy has picked himself an Aegis here. Oh, look at this crit every single time. He's got like a homing beacon on SVG's booty, I swear. Because everywhere that he goes, he's got it low deck.
Specifically on the booty.
Specifically on the booty. Arteezy's coming in here, drops that bubble. See you later.
Yeah, it's total control now for Evil Geniuses. It seems like at this point when they're the team with that Arc Warden that you'd figure they'd have to rely on the split push, and they're not even necessarily needing to do that. It's kind of the opposite now. Forward Gaming, it seems like they're going to be the ones as a MSS goes down their mid lane. Yeah, level 20 puck, by the way. That Waning Rift cooldown now picked up. But it seems like that Forward's the one that's going to have to rely now on Nature's Prophet to simply split push. Because again, going back to the Ursa, he's up there on the tier list of you need those heroes to snowball from the beginning. Or if he doesn't, then he feels like a, not necessarily like a glorified melee creep, but you get the point. It's not why you pick the hero. Again, in the aspect of the bubble against the Arc Warden, I still think it's very useful and makes sense. But he is underfarmed, they're feeling it, and it's hard to find some easy answers for Forward Gaming to climb back in this one. That net worth keeps rising up to about 10k now, favoring EG.
It's a big old Aegon on that puck. That is going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, level 5, jeez.
So much burst damage, and at least Universe had the pipe already, but this is going to make it very easy for EG to find a pick-off and then go high ground. There's no outer towers left for Forward Gaming anymore, and if they lose one hero, they're gonna lose their base. Arteezy is not gonna stop at this point.
Yeah, nice cutting. Something we'll see plenty of.
When that's the only thing that you can do right now, right? This bear is severely underfarmed. Poor SVG can't even leave the base.
Yeah, no.
Second he leaves the base, there is a tiny.
The way this game's been going.
All right, Fly.
Well, is that there's a tier 1 still up. If Fly lives long enough.
When Ursa's scared to jump a ledge like that.
Oh, all right, we're just right into the base. Hello.
Tempest double things.
Yeah. They're struggling though just to deal with the Tempest double.
Yeah, again, that's why when people call it an illusion, I try to make a point to call it a Tempest double, the appropriate name, because exactly,
it's not
saying an illusion, it's disrespectful almost to the hero. It's definitely not an illusion. It's a lot more than that. It essentially is another hero that just doesn't have any downside, of course. So
I've always thought clone is good shorthand.
Sure.
That's a good way to say it, yeah.
Like, Tempest double is such a mouthful.
It is.
That's fine.
Well, you
tried to rapid firing during a team fight.
I was about to say you're the play-by-play. It's your problem.
It is my problem. It is my problem. That is that's
SVG's problem.
SVG's problem. Like I said, he can't walk outside of the space. He just gets immediately murdered. This time it wasn't Crit who murdered him though. Crit was not quite a part of that one. But yeah, look at this. They just walk right on up here. They have that Aegis. Just gonna siege casually.
You can see
doing
Nature's
something. I heard the Waning Rift somewhere, but just
blowing up the mid wave. You want to have those two waves going to base.
Oh dear, this is the person that. Yeah, all right. He's got the BKB up. Does he have TP?
Does not have a TP.
Awkward.
It's fine. It's fine. They're not chasing him.
Yeah, he's gonna run over.
But they are going to lose. I was about to say they are going to be losing their tower at the very, very minimum, if not a lot more. And the S4 just doing a great job of, kind of standing forward, making sure that if they try to go after Arteezy, he just lets out a great big old ravage.
They got the Tempest double.
And if you wait this long with repelling an Arc Warden siege as well, he's going to have all of these spark rays set up all over the place. It's just a minefield.
Littering your base.
Extremely hard to engage back into it. Look at that.
Look at that, yeah.
Coming forward, immediately he gets 2 to the face.
Tempest double getting summoned up again. Universe taking a decent amount of damage here. Gonna get right into the bubble, but gonna just jump in there with that Dagon. Avalanche coming through as well. Now Ursa might be able to go and chase down Camille, but he's a really hard target to kind of grab here. Egg is going to get popped in the back line. Universe, he's sitting so low, but he wants to help. He's not going to be able to. Tempest Double actually going to find the kill now. You are trying to hide himself back. Dream Coil coming through, going to be able to land over on multiple heroes. Followed up with the Ravage. They're going to be able to take down SVG. They're going to take down Resolution. And now it looks like MSS is going to have to flap those little birdie wings back into the fountain and pray that they don't feel like fishing in it.
And you know how I said that, you know, the hope for forward gaming was to land a really big hammer? The OD didn't get to hit anyone during that fight. He had 4 insacts the last time I checked, and he just died without even blowing the hammer.
The second he shows up, they know that that's their target.
There's not enough distraction is the biggest thing. And Ursa being underfarmed, who, by the way, he debuted his Abyssal Blade. He went straight Abyssal Blade. He tried to use it on Puck, and they just supported him like crazy. So the kite happened. But yeah, him and Sven are both completely underfarmed. And so, yeah, they go right for OD anyways and make his life difficult.
Camille's just playing with his food at this point.
Yeah. That -8, what does it make the waiting rate of, like a 5-second cooldown? Yeah, that's crazy, because it's a 3.5-second silence on top of just that constant burst damage that's applying.
Are they trying to pincer
That is a Radiance on MSS. I mean, I knew he was building something with, but...
It's Shiva's queued up.
Oh, bye-bye, Birdie.
That was a short time to enjoy your freshly purchased core item.
Yes, yes indeed. I don't think they can force him out of the base at this point. Again, maybe if the OD gets a lot of instacks up. It's a big maybe, though. Look at this Avalanche. Oh my god, look at that Dream Coil. They get stunned up, and they're trying to just chase down Crit here, but he doesn't seem too concerned. They've got a Glimmer Cape for him. They do have the vision, but the rest of the team now forcing themselves away. The Sheepstick's going to come out over here onto the OD, and he's so important to their plans, and it looks like they'll drop the hammer. You are in for so much trouble. It is actually going to get taken down. Take it down over onto the Sven. Little Sheep coming through here yet again. That's going to be another kill for...
I'm sorry. That was something. So Samael, he used the orb, he bought back, and he jaunted back after the buyback to, you know, make it back in there. I was like, what? All of a sudden, he's just back in the fight. There's always fun seeing stuff like that. But
I wonder if he died to the Ursa on purpose.
Like, yeah, just say, please kill me.
Just to
be pretty.
Yeah.
Because
sometimes you got to style on.
They get the Puck kill in the end, but yeah. Too little damage on the hammer, even after such a long fight and such a courageous attempt by forward to secure their base. But this is much more the EG that I expect to see normally. Win lanes, get all 3 of your cores farmed, win game.
Yeah, on paper, again, the Ursa pick made sense. Like I said, it's a great hero at getting inside that bubble and, you know, hugging the Arc Warden and thrashing him down. But they ran the trial lane, and the trial lane did not go nearly as well for forward gaming as, of course, they assumed it would, I'm sure. Also, credit to EG in terms of responding the way they did. And we got a game 3. Obviously, I'm not disappointed by that.
That's what I was hoping. I wanted to see a 3-game series out of these guys. They're both excellent teams, and they're always so hyped to cast. So we will definitely be back with a game number 3. So stick around, guys. We'll see you soon.